All right, so my name is Lori McNeely, and I've been supporting Ultriva for more than 5 years. And joining me is Naveen Bhattamakala, and he's been supporting Ultriva for twice as long as I have. And we'll quickly go through our webinar FAQs. If you have a question, there is a question box on your GoToMeeting panel. Please use that if you have any questions. We'll try to get to everything as we can. And I just started the recording a few seconds ago. We are recording it, and we will have it available for download on the help site in the future. And I will send an email to everyone once that is available. We do plan on hosting these the third Friday of every month. Our next one is on August 16th. We will be going over the item attributes. So if you go to admin item, when you add a new item, you have a lot of things that you need to fill in. I will be going through all of those things. And that is kind of by popular vote. If you recall, if you attended the last webinar, we voted on what the next topic would be. And we had a tie, so we chose the tips and tricks first, and next we'll be doing that one. All of our demos we're doing in Ultriva version 7.5 and higher. And most of these tips are available on version 7.0 if you're on the older version. But there might be a few of these that are only on 7.5 and higher, and you should be getting those soon. For this webinar, we hope you get a better understanding of how to navigate around in Ultriva a little better. And we will have a few surveys throughout the webinar. We'll give you those results. And right now, we'll just go ahead and jump in with a few of those questions that we have for everyone.
Okay, I am launching the first poll.
Okay, so our first poll is, have you created a customized view in Ultriva? And we have some votes coming in.
Yeah, we have some votes coming in, so I'll give it about 10-15 more seconds and then close the poll and share the results with you. Okay.
Right.
Yep. Okay, I'm closing the poll right now. And I will share the results, so your screen will refresh now.
Right. So it looks like most people have not created a customized view, and a few folks aren't sure what that does. So we will be.
Yeah, but it's good that a lot of people. It's a good thing that a lot of people know that it at least exists. Unless like only 7% do not know, but like more than like about, I would say 90% know that this feature exists, which is a good thing.
Yes. All right. We have another question for everyone. All right. So our next question: are you comfortable using the filter option? Have a few votes coming in.
Yeah. So, okay, nice.
All right, very good.
Okay, I am closing the poll right now and sharing the results.
All right, so looks like half the people are comfortable, and then we're kind of got a little bit of a split there with some people aren't sure what that does. So we'll be learning a few things here in this one. All right, let's go ahead and we have one more question for you before we jump into the demo. So are you familiar with how to create favorites in Ultriva? Have quite a few votes coming in.
Okay, I think the majority have voted, so I will close the poll right now. And here are the results.
Pretty good, pretty good. Looks like quite a few, most people are at least aware of it, and few people aren't sure what it does. So if you aren't using that now, we'll go over this. Maybe it might be something you might be interested in. All right, go ahead and hide the results here, and I think we can maybe go ahead and jump in and get started here. All right, so first we'll start off with some filters, what the filters do. So I'm here on the home screen, you know, as if I had just logged in. There's a filters icon here. I hover my mouse over it. It tells me what filter options are being applied right now on the screen. For now, it is showing everything. I click on that. I have, you see the pop-up box here. I've got several options. I can show all items or my items. And I can show a particular category if I wanted forecast or Kanban or virtual. If I wanted to narrow my search down here by product line or commodity code, I could do that as well. I've changed this to my items, so I'm going to show everything here for my items. As you can see, I've got a total of 12 items, got a few cards in the various boxes down here in order tracking. I click the Go button. You always have to click Go. Now that's changed this. It's only showing stuff where I am the item coordinator or I am the purchase user. So I've got 7 items, and you could see that it changed some of the numbers here in order tracking. Once you have a filter set, Ultriva will remember that until you change it. So if I change and I go to material status and have a look at that and then come back to the home screen, I'm still only showing my 7 items. So that might be something that you might keep in mind on the filters. And then I hover my mouse again. I see I'm showing my items. So I'm going to go back and change that to all and click the Go button. And that's showing me everything. There are different kinds of filters. That's kind of the filter that we have here on the home screen. I am going to go to Admin Item. And as you can see, I've got a filter button right here as well. This one is a little bit different. I'm going to go ahead and click it. I don't have any filters created right now, but I can create one by simply clicking the Create Filter. And so now I need to give this a name. I'll just give it something generic here. And if I want to always come to this, I can set this as my default. And the first box here, we've got a filter by, an operator, and a value. I click the arrow here for filter by. It gives me several options. And I can filter by a particular item or description, product line, commodity code. I'm going to choose product line. And maybe I only have parts for a particular product line, so I can choose that. For the operator, we can do equal to, not equal to, a greater than, less than, starts with a particular word or phrase, or contains a particular word. So you have several options here. Your greater than or less than, those might be work a lot better with things that are numbers or dates. and maybe over here in our list, something like your safety stock would be a number, your handling time or quantity on your card would be a number. But I'm going to say my product line, I'm actually going to say starts with, because I don't remember the exact phrase. But I know I only work with the GPS product line, so I'm going to add this as my filter to only show me those. Save it. Okay. To apply it here the first time, I need to go here and click it. And so now it's only showing me the product line for GPS watches here, and that's exactly what I wanted. You can set up more than one filter in case you wanted to have several, and then you could select whichever one you would like. Right now there's a pin here on this one, which means this is the one that's selected. You can also edit a filter or delete it as well. And when you're ready, if you want to see all the items again, you can just click revert back to everything. So that's kind of what this particular filter here also does. So what if I don't like, talking about views next, but what if I don't like the order that my items are stored, displayed in here? They're displayed by item number. I may want to display it by default supplier and have all my suppliers grouped together, the supplier items group. I could click here to put a sort here on the default supplier, but I still need to unselect the item because things are still in item order. I'm going to click item to delete it. Now things are in descending supplier order. I click it again. That'll make it ascending. But that's a whole lot of clicking. If I want to have it displayed in this order all the time, that can be tedious over time. So I can create my own custom view so that whenever I come here, I can have this automatically sorted the way that I want. So if I click on the views and create view, I will call this Lori by supplier by item. Okay, I do want this to be my default view. Yeah, I definitely want to add an item sort in there, and I want to do by supplier. I just click that and bring it over. But I want my supplier to be first, so I select that and we'll move it up to the top. So now these are going to be sorted by item and then, by supplier and then by item. I'll scroll down. We've got a few more options here. So I can customize my display. So I've got some available fields to choose from. I've got some fields that are, what's already showing on the screen is over here. So maybe I want to add another field and view, maybe view who the coordinator is when I come here to the screen. So I can highlight that and move my coordinator over. And now it should show me that once I get this finished. One thing I wanted to mention is if we actually move this up, somewhere, it may or may not stay in that order. When Ultriva is displaying the page, there's a particular order that it needs to be displayed in. So if I were to move that up, it may stay there, it may not, depending on how things are coded on the back end. I'm just going to leave the coordinator here at the end. And I'll go ahead and save this. And so now, automatically, we have this new column over here of item coordinator. And things are in order by default supplier and then by item. Definitely, when I leave this page and we come back, since that's my default view, it's still it's going to remember that and always come to this unless I click on it and then do the revert to default. You can create another view. You can edit them and delete them. So I'm not going to mess anything up by coming in and playing around with it a little bit. And let's see. So now we have the views. So next, we can maybe go over the favorites. What the favorites does, it's very much like your favorites here in Internet Explorer, where you're kind of bookmarking and going to a particular page. You can do that from within Ultriva if you do particular actions a lot. And so maybe you do a lot of reschedule. So once you're on the screen that you want to go to, set up as your favorite, just click it, and actually, I was practicing and I forgot to clear that out. Don't tell anybody. As you can see, you can delete your favorites. So we'll try this again. We'll go to Actions, and you can see I'm going through the list. I got to try to find the right one all the time. Sure, on that screen, you can click Favorites, and then do boom, Add to Favorites. So now that's on my favorites list. And no matter where I am, if I'm on the home screen, I don't have to click Actions, Reschedule. I can just go here and click my favorites and buyer reschedule. You can have more than one favorite set up. You can also do a lot of receiving. You can get to your receiving screen here and click Favorites, Add to Favorites. So now, no matter where you are, you kind of got those set up, and you can quickly navigate and get to one of those screens. Okay, so you're here on the reschedule screen. If we would, let me go ahead and go to the card screen here. So here on the reschedule, we've got a nice little list going here. There's you see this little filter icon again. Whenever you see this, you can hover your mouse over it, and it will tell you what filter has been applied. I believe this is something that is in new for 7.5, version 7.5. So right now, we are looking at a part for do we watch parts, and we're looking at a dial that's 1.5. So that particular item number. And so this is a nice way to know, or your suppliers to know, they have a similar thing as well on their shipping screen and accept screen and so forth. If you see this, you have a filter applied. It will tell you. You also know you have a filter applied because you have this change filter button as well. Now on this screen, we've got we're showing the first 10 of 23 items, and we've got a whole lot of scrolling that maybe needs to go on here because we can't quite see everything. So down here on this title bar or task bar, we can hide that. We can see a little bit more down here on the bottom. There's a double drop-down arrow here. We hover our mouse. It says Hide Task Bar. Click on that, and then boom. Now we can see a little bit more of this item. Now we still have to do a little bit of scrolling here. We can't quite see everything. So one of the things that we can do, we can maybe get a little bit more on the screen. Right here on this dark line here, there's a little arrow. We hover our mouse over that. It says collapse. So if we click that, it collapses our title bar up here. We can see a little bit more on the screen. you can see we still have access to our favorites here. We have access to the print and export, and we still have access to our home, material status, action, scan. So if you need to at any point, you can collapse the title bar here, and you can just simply click it again to expand it again. Right. So we have a whole, we have some extra columns over here, and we do still need to scroll a bit. We got a lot of white space on either end. Is anyone aware of how to display more items on the screen? Right now I'm only doing 10. If you know how to change the number of records per page, please raise your hand. Right, right. I see a few hands going up with some people who know how to do that. Very good. Right, so that will be what we can go over next. I'm going to go to My Account. And under My Account, you have several options. You can change your phone number, your email, a few things there. If you needed to, you can change your password. And then we also have the My Preference. So My Preference, we can update things such as the number of records per page. If we click that, there are a few things on here that are worth mentioning. So after login, go to, okay, right now it's at default. We have a little predefined list of some of the more popular actions here. So if I normally receive cards, and I do a lot of receiving, I can change, instead of being dropped at the home screen every time I log in, I could change this to go right into receive cards. If you have the internal module and you have work centers, you may work in a particular work center more often than another, or you might not do any actions at the plant. All of your actions might be at a work center. So you can change your default login. So as soon as you log in, boom, you're already dropped into that particular work center. I'm going to leave mine as my plant. You can change your background color here. I'm going to leave mine here as blue. And here's my number of records per page. The maximum is 200 records per page. I'm going to go ahead and I'll choose 50 here. And the screen layout, right now we're at the 1024, which is the default. I'm going to choose maximum width here. So as you can see, I've got a lot of gray space here on either end. I'm going to go ahead and choose this maximum width, and we're going to save it. And I do have this at receive cards as well, just as a note. So it's saved it. The change will not take effect immediately. I have to log out and log back in. I'm going to log back in here. And whoa, boom. So I'm dropped at my receive items, just as I had asked it to do. And so now let me click favorites. We're going to go to this fire reschedule here. And I'm going to use this item and show card. So now, whoa, we've got all of this stuff on the screen with it here on the right-hand side without having to scroll over now. Okay, and we have all 23 items on the screen instead of just the 10. Most of you may be familiar with this, but just in case you're not, if you have a checkbox up here at the very top of your list, if you wanted to actually reschedule all of these cards, you don't have to do each one individually. You just click on the top one, and it populates the whole thing. Very similar here. Up here, if we wanted to do a new required receive date, we don't have to do each one individually. we can do all of them at once. So we want these parts be rescheduled to, say, next Wednesday. We can change that. It's only changed it here at this top part so far. We have to click the Apply to All button. Once we do that, now it has everything on the screen here. And go ahead and just schedule all of those. Okay, so we've got a couple of slightly different messages here. So it looks like several of these cards, they had already, the supplier had already accepted. I'm sorry, I'll take that back. They have 3 cards where they have already accepted it. And so if they've already accepted it, this is a new change for them. So they will need to accept the reschedule based on the configuration that I have set. However, these other cards, the supplier had not accepted them yet, so they would not know any difference on the date. All right. See? So next we have some searching that we can go over.
Laurie, if you could just wait, I just would like to. We have some questions that that could be helpful to everybody on the filters and views. So I would like to. Can you go back to any screen? Okay. Go to the release screen or the.
Okay. I'm on my release cards list, but need to be at release items.
Yeah, go to release items. Yeah, that's what I was. Just click go.
Need to change my filter here to say items list, and then I need to do go. Okay.
Okay. Generally, when you come to any actions list page, if you notice, if you see the views and filters on the top, that page has the capability to view the filters and also add your own custom views. If that option is not there, then that page, on that page you cannot apply filters or views. Also then, I think Laurie will maybe cover it later. On this page also, generally on any page we have a print and export, which you can export the data that is shown on the screen. And also export will put it in a CSV, and print it will show in a printable format. That was one of the questions. And the other one was on favorites. Let's say you are a user of a multi-division plant, and in your division you have 4 plants. As a user, if you set up your favorites on one plant and you have access to more than one plant, all these favorites will be carried over to the other plants. So if you want to release on all the plants, you can set up the release action as a favorite on one plant, and it will show up on all your other plants as well. Okay, Laurie, that's all I had at this moment.
Okay, okay, very good. And so, yes, and so when we do, if we were to choose print, it opens that up in a new tab, and then you just, within your browser, do file print. And as you can see, this is pretty much exactly what was on the screen over here. Okay. And I think there was, let me go back to that screen here. I think there was one thing that I don't think I mentioned at the time. We do have this filters list here where we can do by supplier, or do a show cards list. If you do not want to, once you have your stuff set, if you wanted to see a little bit more on the screen, similar to what we have down here with our taskbar, we do have that here as well. If you click that, kind of just removes that and gives you a cleaner view of the data that you're seeing on the screen. Just takes away a little bit of that noise kind of there at the top. When you're ready, if you want to show the filter again, you have your double down arrow here. We just click that to show all of our options again. And it's not on all screens, but if you see it, you can certainly hide that and view it. Okay. So next we will go through doing some searching. So I've kind of hidden that now down here on the lower right. We'll go down here and do the show taskbar. Okay, so that kind of shows us this down here. And here's our search bar. So you can search by many things. You can search by part number. You can search by card number, PO, supplier. So you have several options. So if I type in a PO number that I want to search for, I'll type PO 90210. I can see that this particular item has POs assigned to it. I can look to see what all the cards are. So all these cards have this PO number 90210. I'll grab one of these. We'll show you how we do the card search here. Pretty much the same thing. You put your card ID down here and do search. It shows you what the item number is for that card. And then if you wanted to, you can see where this card is currently in the system. You can search by PO and PO line number. And the syntax for that would just simply be your PO dash line number. So I'll do PO 99-1, and we'll have a look for that. So it looks like I do have one card that has PO number 99-1. And if we look at the PO, it is kind of doing a kind of a contained. So we have kind of with 99 in the PO number. So we've got PO number 9923-1. So that's something you may want to be aware of if you think you've only got 5 cards with this PO, and you got it comes back with a big long list of 50 or something. Double check to see which one has the exact match that you're looking for. Okay. So let's see. So let's say we're here on. Maybe we're here on this screen, but I kind of want to see what this looks like on the material status screen. But I don't want to close, but maybe I don't want to close this. And actually looking at it, this part number is in my work center. So let me go back. Let me go back to this other PO. Got to type it right here. Okay, so this is at my plant level. So maybe I want to see in the material status screen what this gear 62-5 kind of looks like. But I don't want to lose my search results here. I kind of want to still have this. So what I can do is I can right. This is an Internet Explorer tip here. I can right-click Material Status and choose Open in New Tab. Okay, so that's going to open that Material Status screen right over here on this tab, so that I can kind of have a look to see when my next delivery date is, and when it's expected, and what's past due, and so forth. And so that's a nice little tip so that you can kind of stay on one screen and kind of use something else and have it go back to. Now, if you were kind of already aware of this, you might be like me. You think, oh, I want to go see what this looks like for the supplier. I do have access to their screens. I can kind of maybe go over here to my supplier for do we watch parts, and I can look at their material status and see see what they see, so that I can say, hey, go to that and look, you're pretty late on this. Go ahead and get this speeded up. But then you come, so you're maybe here on one tab on their screen, and then you kind of come back over here on your screen, and you think, oh, let's see, hey, I need to receive something. So, I click it, and I can't do that. But then I look up here, it's keeping these two sessions in sync. I can't do kind of a separate browsing here, and there is a way around this. So what you can do in that case, I can click on File, New Session here within Internet Explorer. So new session, it opens up a new browser window. Now I do have to log in again. But as we can see, hey, I'm here on this received items list. I can go back to this screen. I'm still on the supplier, do we watch parts? I can go back to the home screen. And so now these two sessions are independent of one another. All right. And, okay, I think let's check our list here, and we'll see what I've missed. So we went over the filters, went over the custom views, the favorites, the kind of a check mark and do an apply to all. Thanks to Naveen, we hit the export and the print. We got the PO line on the searching, expanding and collapsing our title bars. Okay, couple of things here at the bottom we haven't gotten to yet. So let me go back and I will show you a couple of these last two things here. Okay, so I'm here on the receive items list. If you're not sure maybe how to do that, or you want a little refresher or a reminder, we do have this how do I here. And if I click that, that opens up the Ultriva help if we have a page available, and it takes us right to the receiving and how we can do that. The help button is right up here, and if we click help, that does open up our help site. Many of you may already be aware of this one, and pretty much these are the guides that we have available, and some of the training documentations and tutorials that we have available. And once we have our webinar available, we will add it down here as well. So we've had our calendars webinar, our shipping rules, and our custom report. So look for it coming soon. And I think one of the last things on the list was how to tell which version that you're on. Down here we have this applications where you switch applications. There is an about. If we click about, you can tell what version you were on when it was built, kind of the date and time that we built it, and what features your plant has, internal module supplier, SDR plants, whatever your particular features are, and what your license is, and then a few other general things down here with your login name and your time zone that you have set up and so forth. All right, and let's see. I think, Naveen, if we don't have any other questions that we can go over, we do have another poll questions for the listeners.
Okay, I will launch it.
All right. So you could go ahead and answer the poll question that we've got. About which feature that we've covered. Right.
Yeah, I see people, yeah, about 50% have voted, so we'll still wait for another 20 seconds to give a chance for everybody to get their votes in. Then we can close it and show the results.
All right.
Okay, I'm going to close it right now.
Oh wow! Looks like people might be busy creating some of their own custom filters and views, and very good. And do some more searching. Great. All right. Let's see. Give it a few more seconds and go ahead and then hide the poll.
Okay.
Okay. And if we don't have, do we have any more questions that we need to go over with the group?
Most of the questions have been answered. I don't think there's anything more. Yeah, if everybody has any more questions, like you see on the slide, you can contact Laurie or myself, and we will answer them later.
All right. Thank you all very much for attending. Hope you all had a lot of takeaways from this. And certainly, as Naveen said, if you have any questions, feel free to let either one of us know. And everyone else have a good rest of your Friday. All right. Thank you so much.